right? So continuing with the oral culture versus textual culture. So we can overlook an oral text, we can dismiss it, we can not understand it. And so, those are things that you can work with, right? You can sort of look at, well, what are the things they're doing that I don't understand or I don't like? And usually those are the things which are absolutely important for an oral culture. So to work, that could be a problematic that you could work. It's not specifically about any content or any ideational notion of the text. It's a notion of form. Okay. Woman as other. This is what we did in class the other day. What we modeled. Okay, and I'll model it again when we get to the text. Women as other. Right. So looking at the other in the text. So. Usually in an epic text, it has a title. The title is usually given to it by later generations or by the textual editor, right? Um, and the title focuses telescopes on the lead character, commonly known as the hero, usually to the detriment of all other characters. So it's sort of, carrot and stick type thing, I guess, where people see the title and then they sort of read for the title. And oftentimes, I would say almost all the time in any text that you read, the title is just doing a disservice, that the textual world is much richer. There's a lot more going on. And so these other characters that we hold as secondary characters that we don't spend a lot of time with. Um, and this can have dire consequences when we do this, when we realize that a lot of the secondary characters are predicated on race, class, gender, sexuality differences, right? So they're being excluded from the text, they're being marginalized or otherized when they either don't have to be or they shouldn't be. Okay, so reading for women as the other, right? You're like, okay, let's look at all the passages where women are coming up in the text and uh, try to empower these texts, see what's going on. Is there a demonization going on? Is there an unfair marginalization going on? Really, just sort of put a telescope or a microscope there and see what's going on. That's the basic move. So that's what we did in class the other day. You can certainly do that for sketch 3, putting together, what we talked about in class.